Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just watched the 7th episode of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Driftmark. Yeah, I really don't enjoy this show. It is dark, literally. Like, I couldn't see anything this episode. I had to put my screen up so high. But also the subject matter is just so dark, and I question the kind of audience this show attracts. People who are interested in incest and children slashing each other. I do wonder. I think it attracts people who relate to the subject matter and relate to the people, and I think that's why Lord of the Rings is getting trashed so hard, because it is the better show, and this show, the kind of people who like it are the sort of people who will attack and review bomb another show. So the episode starts out with the funeral of the woman who killed her child and committed suicide and killed her child. She could have allowed herself to have a C-section, which may have killed her, probably would have killed her, but instead she chose to be incinerated by a dragon and not giving her child a chance. So she's being buried, and they have her in a giant coffin that's like carved out of wood and stone or something, and they just sort of pull it off the edge of a cliff to like dunk in the water and then just fall 20 or 30 feet and then just go a bunch of coffins. Apparently just dunk all the coffins under there. It was a bit clunky, and it was so dark you couldn't see anything, and the reception was so dark you couldn't see anything. There were a few dragons up above them, but we only saw them for a couple of seconds. And then we had the scene where one of the children stole the mother's dragon. Now that she was gone, I think he was the one who never had the dragon, because he was the one they gave the pig. So he's the nasty one. They're all nasty. But so he is confronted by the daughters, and they fight, and he basically beats up the little black girls, because, that's what people, I think, who watch this show want to see. And then the bastards take him on, and he points out that they are bastards, and they're no match for him because he's bigger and older, and they don't have the same blood in them that he does. That's why he's vicious. But they do manage to actually get him, and they slash his eye out. As much as he deserved it, it's pretty disturbing to watch these children do this, and the fact they made the children act this out. I mean, who wants to watch children slashing each other? I mean, I do question the audience and the people who enjoy it, the kind of people who enjoy this show. And yes, I'm judging you all. I question you all. When you've got something like Lord of the Rings, which is much better than this show, not only can you see everything, but it's actually got production value, and it doesn't promote really immoral things like incest and so forth, which this show does. It romanticizes it, it validates it. It basically says, yeah, middle America, do that. That's what you're into. Yeah, we support you, and we're here for you. Here's some heroes for you to validate yourself with. It's pretty sick, really, when you really think about it. So of course the parents get into it because the Queen wants an eye for an eye. Alicent wants an eye for an eye, and she ends up attacking the princess and cutting her. But the king, of course, doesn't get justice for his son and so forth, and it's just a sad, nasty mess. And Daemon ends up trying to... This is really weird. Him and the princess the princess get together. They do have sex, and it's, like I said, it's shot like some romantic scene. It's disgusting. And then they plot to kill her husband so that, they can marry. And Daemon hires his boyfriend to kill him, but of course he doesn't. They kill someone else and burn him in the fire and convince his family that he's been killed while he runs off with his lover. So I thought they'd buried another gay, but they didn't. So I was about to go off on that, and then I'm like, oh no, he survived. And what else happened? I don't know. It was so dark I couldn't see anything. Literally, I had to have my computer screen up the whole time just to even make out what was there. And I know they're trying to hide cheap effects. The effects on the boat. Did I mention this already? I did a review of this that I had to redo, and I might have already mentioned this, but I may not have. But yeah, the show looks cheap. The effects look cheap. There's a scene on a boat where Alison is talking to her little henchman who's basically offering to do, the princess in, and she says no because she doesn't have the balls for this game. And just the scenery in the background just looks so fake, and they do have everything down low and dark to try and hide it, but it doesn't work. It just looks cheap and dark and nasty, and I just don't like this show. I'm just watching it to see what happens, and I just am fascinated by what this show is and, the kind of people who would be interested in it and so forth. I am fascinated in that, but that's about it. I'm going to go.